Good morning. Welcome to the week of, August 24th. Okay, this is your expectations video. One little thing that I would suggest. Do you see this right here? This little arrow? If you click those, it will collapse each one of these modules. I wouldn't collapse yearly, but like what you just did last week, collapse it. Right now, it's not that big of a deal because, you're not having to scroll too far down the page. But when we're in October, like all these modules are in weeks. And so you're going to be scrolling forever. Just a little side note. Okay, so week of August 24th, we are dealing with prehistory. Okay. The very first the very first thing under resources is going to be this video, expectations. All right, look. Do you see how this says complete all items? When you have a test or something, or a quiz coming up or whatever, I'm going to do that because I'm a mean, terrible person. Okay, look what that does. When you look at that week's stuff, okay, you're like, I can't click on these. I know. You have to do things in order. Sorry. Or sorry, not sorry. Once you've done your vocab, this will have a check mark, and then you can click on your notes. Once you've done that, you can click on this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Are you with me? You're like, we don't have a test here. You do next week. Prehistory test, okay? It's your first test. So let me get back out of student view into like my view so that you can actually see all this stuff. Okay. So underneath this video, you have the tutorials. Remember, 11 to 11:30 and then 1 to 3. Just pop in. Just be like, hey. Okay. And then you have a review sheet. Look, your test is next Wednesday. Okay. Guys, I give review sheets a little bit in advance because in theory, I would hope that you would start studying now. Y'all, it is scientifically proven that when you study for 5 hours the night before a test, you don't really learn it. You're like, I've done it my whole life. I know, I did it too. And then whenever I changed that in college and I studied about 10 to 15 minutes every night, I really learned it. I really learned it. I'm just telling you. Give them a little bit in advance because it's smart to spend about 10 to 15 minutes every day reviewing something. All right. You're going to have to be able to label the continents on a map. You should have learned that last year, so that should be easy. You're going to need to understand the basics about time, the definition and differences between BC and AD, or if you'd prefer to use BCE and CE, that's fine, whichever one you want. And then you need to know what Kirchhoff means, or circle. You'll hear people say circle also. You're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's what you're learning in this unit, okay? Then you have some basic definitions. You need to know these definitions, okay? You need to know who Donald Johanson was and what he and his team found. Who is Lucy? Why is she important? You don't have an essay. I need to change this. I'm pretty sure I got rid of the essay. I'm positive I did. You won't have an essay, but this information is still in there. I just turned it into multiple choice for the first test. You're going to need to be able to know the characteristics of the Neolithic Revolution and domestication. And then you need to know all the characteristics of civilizations. There are 5 of them. And then you need to understand the connection between the Neolithic Revolution and civilizations. I know your head is spinning right now because you're like, I don't know what any of this is. And we have a test. Yes, but calm down. It's okay. It's okay. Once you've done that, like looked at it or whatever, you're going to go do your vocab first. We'll always do vocab first in here. Okay. Click on prehistory vocab. And then it's down here because you've downloaded it. Click it. Don't forget, always hit this up here, enable editing. If you don't, look, can't do anything. Hit enable editing, and then you can type directly in it. Are you with me? Okay, these are your vocab words. These are your definitions. You're like, how am I supposed to do this? Remember, you have a glossary. Guys, you can leave this page, but you're gonna have to come back to it. Another suggestion, open a new tab. Hit new tab. And then, you know how you set up bookmarks, hopefully? Go to your bookmark, your Canvas page. Oh, I'm sorry. And then go to yearly resources and go to glossary. Now you can use your glossary. You can download it if you would or if you choose. Some of you guys may have saved it to your world history folder that I told you to create before school started. That's smart, okay? What you're gonna do is you'll come over and you're like, okay, first word, artifact. Go to your glossary and you're gonna look for the word artifact, artifact, artifact. Oh, well, would you look there? I lost it. Artifact. An artifact is a tool, weapon, or piece of jewelry left behind by early people. Okay. Go back to your vocab sheet and look. Oh, seriously, I have it as number 1. Whatever. A tool, weapon, or piece of jewelry. And then you literally just type it in. Okay. When you finish the whole thing, save it like I showed you to. Then go back to your Canvas page and you're going to come up here where it says submit. Submit. Let me switch back to student view so that you can see it. Y'all, these videos, these expectation videos will get shorter as the year goes on. In the future, I'll be like, okay, it's expected of you to do your notes and to do your vocab, and that's it. But right now, I'm still kind of showing you how it works. So, oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong module. So in student view, you're going to hit this submit button. Submit. And then again, you can submit it however you want. If you want to submit it as a file and then upload the file that you just finished and saved, or if you want to do text entry, you can just come in here, copy and paste the whole thing, copy, paste, and the whole thing's in there. Okay. Or I had kids last year doing this, and this is fine as long as you have the definitions somewhere. Okay. You can do this. Number 1, oops, artifact. Number 2, blah, blah, blah. Number 3, blah, blah, blah. You can do it that way if you want. Okay. They better be spelled right. Spelling always counts. Once you're done with that, go to the bottom and hit submit. And that's it, you're done with that assignment. All right, then let me get out of student view. I know I want to leave. Okay, then if we go back to home, okay, this right here will be open for you now and you can get your notes. Click on your notes, download them, or take it from here. If you want to enable editing, you can. If you want to type in it or whatever. This first set of notes looks weird because you have the continents review and then you have a timeline here where I'm teaching time. But normally it won't look like that. Normally my notes look like this. They are outlines. And please hear me. Your notes are a skeleton of what you need. This right here says Neolithic Age. It means the new Stone Age. It changed how people lived in the past. What? Well, how did people live before? It is not a bad idea to add to your notes. What you have here is the basics. When I am talking about, I don't know, I can't think of anything, artisans, okay, and I've said skilled workers, you should put in there extra stuff based on what I'm saying in the videos, because this is just a skeleton of what you need. This does not have the muscles on the body or the skin or the hair or the fun jewelry and clothes. It's just a skeleton. You should be adding to your notes based on what you're hearing in class, okay? But these are your notes. Now listen to me again. I'm going to say this again and again and again. Don't just print these and put them in your notebook. I know it's easier. Now, you can print them as long as you are adding to them. But listen, it has also been scientifically proven. When you do multiple things to get the information in your head, you remember it better. That's why you get bored when it's just a plain lecture. You're just listening and listening and listening and listening. But when someone mixes in pictures or video, you're like, oh, okay, because you're seeing and you're hearing. Now, if you add in writing down the notes at the same time, you're seeing, you're hearing, and you're writing. People learn better that way. You're like, not me. Yes, you do. Guys, I've been teaching for 20 years, almost 19 years. And this amazing thing happens when kids finally give in. They're like, Miss, I don't know what's wrong. I studied. When they finally give in. And I'm like, just try it. Just try it my way. It's not working your way. This amazing thing happens when they try. It works. So when I'm talking about the Neolithic Revolution in a video, you should be writing the same stuff at the same time. If I'm talking about the Neolithic Revolution and you're writing information down here about record keeping, it's not jiving. It's not. That's why in class, when you're trying to catch up on notes, I'm like, no, put your pen down. But I'm trying to get what we did yesterday. Should have already been done. Tutorials. You need to be writing what I'm talking about and what I'm showing you the pictures of. Man, in class, I don't ever give you the whole notes like this. And I wasn't going to online, but I'm like, ugh, I don't want to cut the notes up. What a mess. I'm telling you it works. With the notes, you have the videos. Okay. Again, do you see how these are indented? They go with the notes. These are the explanations of the notes. So like right here, I'm going over the continents. Right here, I'm going over the oceans. Right here, I'm going over how to do time. Right here, archaeologists, anthropologists, and historians. And then right here, Paleolithic, Neolithic Revolution. I've divided it up in days too. Don't overwhelm yourself. Do these two on Tuesday. Do this on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. okay? When kids are like, oh, she gave me 3 hours of work this week. Yeah, the whole week. But this video right here is like 20 minutes long, maybe 30. This video, I think it's about 30. Look at this, Tuesday. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes when you click on my stuff, it's a video, but it's a special video. It'll say Ed Puzzle. I love Ed Puzzle. You're like, quiz? What? It's like a review quiz. How much do you know quiz? Okay. Is it graded? Yeah, it is. I think I'm letting you do it twice. But see the first quiz, you click on it. And do you see here all these things down here? That means I've put a question that you have to answer in. You can't move forward or backward until you've answered it. I know, I'm such a terrible person. So you hit play. I already did this with the AP class, so hold on. Okay. Okay, so right here, highlighted. Yeah? What was the name of the highlighted continent? Was it Africa, Asia, North America, or Europe? You're like, I know that one from last year. Okay, this is a big deal. Look, pay attention. Don't hit next. If you hit next, you haven't finished. This is a grade. You haven't finished it. You have to scroll down. I wish next wasn't there, but it is. I can't help it. You're going to hit submit. Now you've answered that question. And look, it tells you right here, you got it right. Good job, man. And then you scroll down again and go to continue. And then you have to wait for this bar. This is when you get a drink or whatever. Then it'll tell you the answer. Highlighted, what is it? What is the name of the highlighted continent? You put your answer. If there's one that you missed and you're like, oh, can't believe I did that, take it a second time. Once you're done with it, okay, it automatically submits to me once you're done. Once you're finished with the whole thing and you've hit submit all the way through, it automatically submits. Every video that you have is not an Ed Puzzle quiz, okay? I throw them in randomly. Well, that's not true. To me, it's not random. I choose specific videos with which to do that. To you, you're gonna be like, oh, it's an Ed Puzzle video. I can't color while I'm listening or whatever, okay? Because here's another beauty of Ed Puzzle. You can't back it up. You also can't fast forward. You're like, oh, I hate this. I know, but I love it. Sorry. So once you have done that, and you have done all these, and see, that video is like 10 minutes. The ocean video is like, you know what? I think this is 2 minutes actually. This video is like 2 minutes, and that's all you have on this day. Go do your math. Yeah? Once you've finished all this, you're done for the week. Please don't forget to do your attendance questions. They're going to be over here. All right. And I'm going to make the next week available every Friday afternoon. Okay. I had kids last year who wanted to be able to go ahead and start on the next module over the weekend. So I'm going to make them live for you to see them Friday afternoons. All right. So just be aware that Friday you'll have your next module up there. You don't have to start on it, guys. You don't have to start on stuff until the week of, whatever the date is. But if it's already up there, can you start on it? Yes. Okay. Okay, I promise these expectation videos will get shorter. It's just because, you're still learning how to do stuff. Okay. All right. Bye. See you later.